Hello everyone, this is Vinay here from Learn Coding with Vinay, and this is video number 6 of our series where we are going over SQL's two most important topics, store procedures and join. Right. So let me quickly take you on couple of e-commerce websites. Right. So we have Amazon. So what do we have? If we go to our profile or menu section, right? First is your account, right? So your account is basically a customer's detail, right? So we already worked on this procedure in the previous video. We that is get customer by ID, right? Because here in your account, a customer's details would be displayed, right? So logged in users detail ideally, right? So we already worked on this store procedure, right? The next most important thing is to your orders, or maybe customer orders, or maybe my orders, right? So we will be working in this video. We'll be working on displaying orders as in summary first, and then consider that click there will be a click option to view the details. Once clicked, we will see we will display the order items of that particular order, right? So basically we will work on your orders option. Similarly, the same thing we have in Flipkart also. We have orders. My profile again is get customer by ID, but here orders, we will display the order headers first, and then we will work on the order item, right? So let's move to the store procedure now. Right. So let me take you to the tables first. So what do we need to do? So we need to get the order header details of the logged in user, right? And then based on order selected, we need to get the order item details, right? And while displaying order header, we will also display the summary, total amount and sum of the quantity, right? So that way it will be a better, it will look better, right? So let's start with now. One more thing to keep in mind, that or whenever you are as a beginner, if you are working on join queries, then first thing is to understand your requirement. First step is, let me iterate it over here. Joins base practice, right? So first thing is to understand the requirement. So here, what do we need to understand? We need to understand that we are going to display order header and order details of a particular customer or maybe a user, right? So we need to understand this first well, right? Second would be, you know find out find out which all tables and columns are required. So basically this is what we will say. This is what, this is find out, this is how, right? How we will figure out that the information, basically where is this information that we can collect from, right? So we need to, in this step, we need to find out which all tables are involved and which all columns are required. And the third thing is, uh, find the common keys between tables, right? So over here we will decide that how to join two tables, right? So once you understand this, this will give you your select list, basically columns you will be using in select. This will give you join conditions, right? And for step number 3, most of the time the joins are based on primary key and foreign key. So for step number 3, you should know your database well, or just figure out which are the primary key, foreign keys are there in your table. So if we talk about, we have, let me bring this two table as of now, right? Let me bring this two table as of now. So we have order header, right? Let me make it to grid. We have order header and we have order header item, right? So over here, or this ID is primary key in order header table, right? And that is referred by the order item table, which is this order ID, right? So how to connect these two table? We know that, okay, ID from this table, right? And order ID from the order item table, right? So that way, move ahead and with rest of the tables and determine which are which columns are common in between them, right? Sometimes you may find one column which is common across 2 to 4 tables. Sometimes you will have to join A with B and then B with C, and ultimately A and C will also be joined, right? So that depends on your database design, how they are designed. But let's work on, let me keep this ideally. Let me keep this, right? But at this moment, let's work on, the first store procedure, that is get all orders, right? So what we will be doing, create procedure. We will say dbo dot usp get all orders of get all, let's say, customer orders, right? And what input we will have, we will have customer id integer as our input, because it will be the list of orders for the logged in user, right? And now what do we need to do, we'll have to take out the order. In order header, let's examine the order header table, right? So we have customer id over here, right? So what we will be doing as of now, let's say, slowly build this store procedure. So what we will be doing here, we'll write down the name of the column. So we will say customer id comma order date time, comma order status, comma, and we don't need last updated, right? We don't need that. So basically we just need to display summary on the first page, and based on the order selection we will display the order item in the next page. So basically first we'll work on order, so displaying order header data, right? So let's think that as of now we have only one table, where we will say id is equal to not id actually, sorry, customer id is equal to customer id, and this would be our column name, right? So let me create this procedure. Okay, it got executed. Let's get the customer wants all orders. Okay, so we have two delivered and we have one in placed, right? Now we also want to display the order number, so we missed that. So let me this as order number, or maybe order id, right? Let me make this as alter. Okay, we will not need this actually, right? And then let's try to run the same thing for customer number one. Okay, it is coming. Let's try for customer number two. This one is also coming, and it should be always order by, order date time in descending, because the latest order should always display on top of our list, right? So it should be order by order date and time. So let me go ahead and run this. Okay, store procedure edited, and let me run this now. So we have the uh, order by, actually this should be DESC, descending, right? So ideally this 12 should go up, 12 on should. Okay, let me go ahead and run this. So 1272, right? So basically 20, this is 12th of August, this is 7th of August, and this is 2nd of August, right? So this is great. Right. So this is just the order header detail, but however we also want to display, order summary. So total order amount and total quantity in that order, right? So what do we need to do now? We need to join the order item table, because what do we have in order item table? If we go here, we have in order item product id, price, and quantity. So basically for one particular order, let's say if this one is one order, right? It has two item, product 1 and 2. So what is the sum of this price and what is the sum of this quantity, that we are supposed to display, and with discount actually, right? But let's go step by step. So whenever you are working on joins, make sure you give them proper alias, right? And this is to avoid ambiguous column names, right? Because there are id column will be in almost every table, right? So when you are working on join query, we will need to specifically mention which id column we are meant for, and we are using. So let me give this oh, let me mark all this oh dot, so that it is, We know that it is coming from order header. Let me this also mark this as oh. Let me also mark this oh dot, right? So till now nothing fancy. If I go ahead and run this, it is supposed to do the same thing what it was doing, right? Now now here we need to join, so we need to use inner join over here. Inner join, which one? Order item table, right? So we will say oi, right? And on we know that oh dot id is equal to oi dot order id, right? Because order headers id is a primary key which is referred by order item table, and it is foreign key in the order item table, right? So this is done. Now what do we need to do? We need to display the sum of, first let's say quantity, sum of as total products, let's say ordered, or erd, or maybe total quantity, right? A total quantity, let me make it total quantity, that would be a better one, right? First, and then the sum of its prices, right? So what do we need to do? Order item, order item dot qty quantity, right? Multiply by oi dot we have price, right? As total amount, right? So now, and since we are using this, we'll also have to do, since we are using sum and all those, we'll have to group by, actually use group by. So first would be oh dot id, right? Second would be oh dot, now let's say we don't need customer id over here, I'll just, because we know it's the logged in user only, right? So we don't need that. So we'll say oh dot order date time, then oh dot order status, then uh yeah, I think that's it, we don't need anything else, right? Oh dot order id, this is good, this is good. Okay, so let me go ahead and run this. If there is an error, we will correct. Okay, so it got executed, it got created, and we can see now, see in the order number 12 we have 4 items. Let me make this one because it might have order number. Yeah, okay, so 10 4 1 order number. One order number had 3 quantity, we already saw that one has 1 and another one has 2 quantity, right? And the total amount. But let's say, so overall this looks good, but if you remember, in order item table we do have discount column also, see, right? So basically this one number guy, in order number 1, the original price was this, quantity were this, but on the original price 10% discount was provided, right? So what do we need to do? We need to calculate now, this is the total amount, right? Now let's do one by one. Let's copy paste this. So this is that, and what do we need to do? Minus, uh, ideally we can do this inside only, right? So this is the actual price, quantity multiply actual price, and here we need to uh, calculate the percentage. So what do we need? Percentage of discount. So this would be minus this multiply by uh, order item dot discount divided by 100 as as amount after discount, let's say as amount after discount, right? So let me say comma over here. I hope I did the right calculation. So let me go ahead and run this. So this is good. So this is good, right? So we had this many amount on that. Actually, we had to pay was this amount, right? And also let me see. Let me also display. let me also display okay, actually this minus this entire thing as you saved. I hope you have seen this in, you know, on any e-commerce site, that whenever you are getting something in discount, they will display some amount which you saved, something like this. So you saved, right? So this is the saving amount, right? Total amount minus this. So let me remove this. Yeah, let me add this, sorry, comma. Let me execute this and let's try to see this, right? So here we have order number, order date, order delivered. These are the quantity were delivered. This was the total amount. This was the amount paid, and this was the discount a customer has received, right? So this looks good. Now this order summary looks good. Now this is something that we, once user clicks on, either, let me take you again over on Amazon, that whenever user clicks on your order or on Flipkart, it clicks on orders, then it will take us to the summary, order summary page, where these many details will be displayed, right? And based on clicking on it, further order items would be displayed. Now if the customer wants to know that, okay, what was the actual order items and products I had in this particular order number, then we will display that, right? So first part is done. We are displaying, the orders with the necessary information: order number, order date, order status, total quantity, total amount, amount after discount. I i have typo over here, let me correct it. And you saved, so basically saved money, right? This is good. Okay, now the next thing what we want to do is, based on, we need to pass order id, and based on the order id we will get the all product details of that particular order. So let's do that quickly. So let me just copy this. However, will be, I am just using the structure of stored procedure. Here it would be order ID, right? Instead of this, let me remove this. Here it would be just, let me take this, and let me, as of now, slowly we will build this stored procedure where order ID is equal to input at order ID. Right. We will change the name. We will make it like get customer order items, right? And we'll have to change this to create, and let's, as of now, work on this. So this got executed successfully, so basically no error. We can, now we will execute and see, let's say order number 1 only. So these are the order items which were order in order number 1, right? Now we have product ID, so we need product details also, right? So what do we need to do? But let's just, work on the this part. So let me quickly, let me say id, let me say order id, let me say product id, price, quantity, and discount, right? So let me at least display this. Let me make this alter. Okay, so ideally this should result in the same thing. And okay, now at the same time, just like we did the summary, let's display this also. So let me make price as original price, quantity is okay, right? Discount is okay, and let me say this as price after after discount. So let me take this, it over here. We'll take it over here only. So price after price sorry, my bad, after discount, that would be, again, let me take the equation from here only. Now we don't need that. Okay, so over here, what, because since we are retrieving it from single table only as of now, so let me make it very clear. Price minus price multiply by discount divided by 100. Right, this is what it should look like. Right, so this would be ideally this, this, and this. Right, so this is good. Let me go ahead and compile this. Okay, it got compiled. Let me go ahead and run this. So we have, what was the discount we had over here? Why don't we see discount column? Okay, over here, 10% discount over here. Right, so we had 120 rupees. So 120 rupees subtracted from these, so it is 1080, which is good. And 150 original, 10, again 10% discount deducted, then it is 135, right? 15 rupees. So this is also good. This is coming also good, right? Now what do we need to do? Now we want to add the product details over here, right? So let's make this first OI. Let me add OI dot, right? And then after the product ID, let me add, we will be adding product, right? So inner join, we will say dbo dot product. Let me see which product is it, product or product. Okay, product only, product. So we'll say pd on OI dot product ID is equal to pd dot id, right? And what do we need to display out from there? It should be pd dot product name, and let's display the category as also, product category, right? So hope this will work. Okay, semicolon, column, comma is missing. So let me go ahead and ambiguous column net price. Okay, so this is what the error is, ambiguous column, right? So we'll have to, whenever, that is the reason, we should always use alias name when we are working on the joins query, right? Now why it is giving us the error? Because it could not determine this price column from where it should take, because we have price column in order item table also and in product table also, right? So this would be, again, OI dot order item, right? And discount, we have, let me make it OI, this one also, right? So let me go ahead and run this. Okay, compile this basically, and let's run for one of the order ID. So we have now iPhone, electronics. This is the original price, price after discount, quantity. This is good, and let's keep the format same, as we will also display OI dot you saved, basically price minus this entire thing, right, as discount you saved, as we'll just give you saved, right? And let's put a comma over here. So now let me go ahead and compile this, and let's run this once. Now we have the you saved. So over here we saved 120 rupees, and over here we saved 15 rupees, right, on each, right? Then ideally we should also display, over here, that what was the price of that product. Sorry, price we are displaying, but what was the total price over here? Because here we can order multiple thing, multiple quantities, right? So what would be a proper place after quantity? you know it should be OI dot OI dot, okay, ideally this much discounted, right, the entire thing, No, not this one. This one actually. Right, price after discount. So OI dot quantity multiply by this entire as, and this should be displayed as product total price. Right. Let me make the mark as a comma. Let me compile this and let me run this for order item 1. So over here, what do we have? So we original price was 120. We had 10% discount. So price after discount is 180 because 120 rupees was deducted from here. Right? Or let me align it in proper way. So this should be price. Let me say after price. Let me take discount. After price, let me say discount, and this should be order item no discount. Right? Okay. And then after that we had price after discount. Okay. Then you saved, then quantity, and then this. Okay. So this looks good. Now let me go ahead and compile this stored procedure again. I hope you can see the entire code. Let me enlarge a little bit, right? And then let me run this. So now we have order ID 1, we have product 1, iPhone electronics. This was the original price. It has 10% discount, so the price after discount is 1080, and we saved 120 rupees, and product price is 1080 only because quantity we have only one over here, right? In the second, we have price or original price of a product is 150. We had 10% discount on it, so one product is actually costing us, this Samsung Galaxy guy is costing us in 135 rupees, right? So we saved 15 rupees. So and we had two quantities, so 135 multiplied by 2, so this is 270. So ideally this would be 10 total 103 10. What is the total? Let me. So this is 1080 plus 270, right? So this will go around 11350, right? So let's check our header store procedure where we are also displaying the summary. So it should be the same 1305 after discount. You said 135. Okay, here actually let me see what. Yeah, order item only. Alright, so you say 135, which is okay. Amount after discount, you said 135. Okay, this should ideally match. Currently, it doesn't seem to be matching. Let me see what is happening. So we have how much we have? 1350, right? 1350 because let me see the quickly equation over here. Quantity multiply by this is discount. Yeah, OI the discount. Yeah. Okay, this is good. Product total price. Yeah. 1350. Okay. And why do we see 1035 over here? Because we saved 135. Yeah, that's okay. 135. Yeah, this looks quite correct. But let's take a look at this. So let me execute two stored procedure together so we can see it better. So this is, maybe it requires semicolon over here, otherwise it will not work. Okay. Begin and end. Okay, I think this doesn't seem to be working. So let me run it individually only. Right. So we have 1440. You saved 135, we saved. Right. So 135 we saved. If it is 135, now this calculation is not right. This, because if 1440 we saved 135, so 100. No, this seems. Okay, let me see this. Okay, so I think I rectified it. So what was happening? Okay, I rectified it. So what was happening over here? We had to take this entire into one sum. Earlier it was sum this and then sum over here, which was not right. Right. So if I go ahead and run these all customer orders, then for first, for first order number one, we see 1350 price after discount, and we have 150 as a discount amount. Right. Let me execute this store procedure both together now. Right. So we have, this is the total amount, right? And this is the my bad. Just give me a moment. Yeah. Now it's correct actually. So if you see total amount after discount is 1350, and product total price, we'll have to sum of these two. It is 1080 plus 270, which will again come to 1350. Right. So now it is correct actually. So basically we are done with having the order details displaying thing, and then based on the selection, one order particularly we selected and that order details should be displayed. We are also done with that. So let me quickly go ahead and take one more order. So let's take this order number 4. So this will remain one only, but this will become 4. So let me go ahead and run this. Right. Let me go ahead and execute both. So here it is, the price after discount is for 4 number is 907. So if we sum this, then it should be 907. Let me take this and select, I would say control V, plus plus. Right, so it says the 907. Right. So we are done with our your order or my orders screen. Right. The store procedure will look like something like this. You can pause the video, and check out this code. This is get all customer orders, basically listing all order headers with summary, total number of total amount and total quantity. And this is get a single particular order items that has the product name, product price, quantity, right? And that lists the basically order details, the order details, right? So these are the heart of actually any e-commerce application, displaying order header details and displaying order item details. So I hope you like this, and that's it for this video. See you in the next video. Thanks a lot, guys.